evening, everyone, and Merry Christmas! Welcome to tonight's watch party for the classic Scrooged. As always, I'm Andrew, and I'm joined by Festive Dom.
Hello, everybody. Festive Dom.
Oh, dear me, everybody. So tonight's sync point will be approximately 14 seconds in, where it says Paramount, a Gulf and Western company, soon to be Paramount, a Warner Brothers company.
If it means I have less streaming services, then I'm happy.
Yeah, less streaming, so half the streaming service with twice the price.
Yay!
That's going to be fantastic. Okay, so I can see we've got some great friends joining us tonight for this fun watch party. Over on YouTube, I can see Mad Matt's there, Hell If I Know, Mortal Remus, Ms. Swift, Cute Cult, and Ace Arcadia. Fantastic. Over on Discord, we are joined by... I can see Mad Matt's also there, Eric, Plutonium Shaw, Sharon, Mr. Fursel, Calbot. See who else we got? Edward the Black Prince, and Ms. Swift as well, and Alan S1 over on YouTube. So, if everybody is ready, let's press play on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. And we're back with the music. I can see someone saying, did they phone in Beetlejuice? Yeah, this was Danny Elfman. Basically, he went through this phase in around this time of making nearly every soundtrack sound the same.
Phase? When did he stop?
Yeah, true. Well, no, Batman didn't. No, some of Batman Returns did. Batman Returns, with the Penguin.
I personally love Danny Elfman's themes, though. They evoke
definitely
that childhood, cynical kind of grimness. It's great.
Can I have some of my advent calendar tonight? I've not been eating.
Yeah, if you haven't eaten any of it, then you need to catch up.
I've not eaten many days yet. I've eaten like...
Who else really wants to see this movie that they're making?
I've had 3 days. Yeah, I really want to see this this Night the Reindeer Died.
Yes! Is it Charlton Heston? I can't remember who is the guy who comes in and saves the day.
It's Lee Majors, the $6 million man.
Oh, it's Lee Majors!
The $6 million man. Oh, no, to be honest, I can't wait because we're going to get... we're getting a Fall Guy movie next year with a Lee Majors cameo.
Oh. I love that all the elves just are packing heat. Oh, Lee Majors.
Brilliant. So, everybody, watching this, let's talk about Christmas movies. Who is the best cinematic depiction of Santa? In Discord, you can post a photo of him. And on YouTube, just say the actor of the film, etc. Oh, God, I remember this in the 80s, though, when we had all these really, really crappy Christmas specials for celebrities.
Old-fashioned Cajun
Christmas, yep.
Stuff out there's a gator just in the swamp. Yes. Father loves beaver.
Miss Swift, I will agree with you completely. You're referring to Santa Claus the movie. David Huddleston, the Big Lebowski, who's my favourite Santa of all kind. He was the star of Santa in last year's watch party.
Kurt Russell's my favourite Santa now. He's won me over with Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. I didn't know I needed a Santa to be as hot as he is in that film, but now I can't go back.
Maybe, but you can't deny that you cannot deny that David Huddleston isn't the perfect Santa.
True.
The only thing about this is, this actually features footage from later on in the movie, this promo.
Yeah. Oh, not Santa Claus versus the Martians. You'll love it.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of this movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so depressing. I love how dark it all is. It
Oh, it
reminds me a
really
lot
is.
of Batman Returns. Nothing but black and grey is what makes up the color palette.
I also like the kind of imposing evil kind of office he's got, very much like the OCP headquarters. With the,
Yes. Again, lots of grey.
yeah. Bill Murray is just brilliant in this.
How are we not saying have a Murray Christmas?
Exactly.
It's a missed opportunity.
Is that Mr. Magoo's Christmas on TV over there in the corner?
I can't recall that actor's name, but he has such a
Bobcat
unique
Goldthwait.
voice. There we go.
He doesn't normally speak like that. Well, during this time,
That's what he was known for.
because Bobcat Goldthwait was normally very scruffy, and he spoke with a strange.
I can't even like mimic that. Oh wait, someone already took my joke. It's a very Murray Christmas. Ah, damn. Curse you, Netflix, for preempting my joke.
Thank you, Miss Swift. Yeah, that is Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol.
Why can't commercials be like this anymore?
Exactly. That's what I want. A lot of love for David Harbour in Violent Night, but people also like Arthur Christmas. What I like about Arthur Christmas is it's got a lot of heart to it. Hell if I know says the day after Scrooge. That's right, Mad Matt. Playing Zed infamously in the Police Academy movies.
Ah, yes. Bill Murray was considered for Batman?
I kind of think he would have been cool.
Maybe it's because I've not seen him ever not ad-lib and go a little off on a Bill Murray-esque tangent. And I just can't imagine the Bat doing such a thing.
I know
Maybe
people
like
are
an
going to think
old,
I'm
cynical Spider-Man.
I know people are going to think I'm a terrible, terrible, terrible person.
Probably. Go
Probably
on.
about something I'm about to say.
What is it? Don't keep us
In a
hanging.
minute. This. Yep. Exactly.
Heartless! It's a child!
Yeah, but it's fine. You put it up on the fridge at home. Fine, don't bring it to work.
No, you get weirdly sentimental
Oh.
about... Oh, Tab.
Oh, Tab. We only in the UK had Tab Clear for a while. In fact, Tab Clear was launched in the UK before America.
Why?
It was part of the Clear Cola Wars. It was so bad. I remember it tasted like a mixture of cola and plastic. Yeah, Sharon, though, you're saying Tab and vodka. If you look how he makes it, it's literally vodka and Tab.
A vodka with a splash of Tab. Police Zoo.
Maybe plastic plutonium, sure. Maybe a taste of, I don't know. Have you ever had soda where the bottle hasn't been sealed properly and it's been for a few days and it goes stale and kind of flat? That was Tab.
Could be worse. It could be like when you've washed your cup out, but there's still like soap residue in there,
Yes.
and then you drink something from it, and it's like, oh.
Well, Immortal Rumor says this is my second favourite adaptation of A Christmas Carol, the Patrick Stewart version, being my number one. That's
a very good one.
Okay, everybody, what is your favourite adaptation of A Christmas Carol? So
If it's not Muppets Christmas Carol, like, what are you doing? What are you all doing?
Okay, so Muppet Yes is great. But do you know my favourite version?
Go on.
As a straight version of Christmas Carol. The George C. Scott one. Yes, Ms. Swift,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue.
Yeah, I mean, Muppets is fantastic, but
Has
George
there
C.
been
Scott.
a really bad adaptation?
Yes.
Which one?
In the UK, there was a really bad one on ITV in the early 2000s with Ross Kemp as Scrooge.
Oh, God! What?
Yeah, it was bad.
Ross Kemp?
Oh, Mad Matt's got a good one as well. We've got Mickey's Christmas Carol, another great one. Yeah, Cute Cult, Mickey's Christmas Carol.
So, what is everyone's favourite holiday movies to watch? I was discussing this at a party last night. And I think Jingle All the Way is heavily underrated. Criminally underrated, even.
I've got to be honest. I'm finding Christmas Vacation harder and harder to watch these days.
Oh, nah. I mean, if you watch it like every single year, it's probably going to get tired. Die Hard, hell if I know, yep.
Yeah, Die Hard,
Very
definitely.
good Christmas movie.
I would say Die Hard 2 is more festive, though.
True. Let's hear that list, Immortal Rimus. We want to see it.
Ace Arcadia says Die Hard, Scrooge, and Gremlins, and now we have a connection to Gremlins. Now we have a connection to Gremlins too.
Yes, we do.
And another Batman connection.
Clamp himself. Wait, who's in Batman as well?
He was in Batman and Robin, I believe. Either Batman or Robin, Batman Forever.
Oh, he was Batman and Robin, wasn't it? Because he was there with Poison Ivy. God. Ugh.
Oh, Alan S1 says Home Alone 2.
I like Home Alone too. I think it's
I
coming
like Home
back.
Alone
Like
2.
people are starting to not
Yeah.
hate on it.
Oh. Okay, Mad Matt's got his Theatre of Misfit Movies, which is The Year Without Santa Claus. Santa Claus Conquers the Martian. And I don't know, it just says Santa Claus from what I can read on here.
The bootleg Santa Claus movies. Cross, a thing they nail people to.
Oh, I'd like to be in New York. You just got Paul Schaefer playing on a street corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Paul Schaefer's
Feed the
starving.
starving musicians. The boob doob for me tonight.
You really couldn't make this version of A Christmas Carol anymore because people's watching habits have changed.
Drastically, yeah.
We don't have the limitation of channels or, you know, consumption of media has become more and more diluted over the years.
It's such a peculiar thing that the next generation will not understand.
A TV
Catching
event.
a show, yeah.
And I think that's one of the things I'm saddest about is growing up with how life has, as I've got older. And one of the things I
Yeah.
miss most about modern Christmas. When you grew up in the UK, particularly my age, we had 2 TV listings magazines due to some archaic reasons. This was when we had four channels in the UK. We had
Back in the good
ITV,
days.
we had BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, and Channel 4. And due to various restrictions, we had TV listings magazines. So for the ITV and Channel 4, you had a magazine called the TV Times, and for the BBC channels, you had something called Radio Times. And what would happen without fail every Christmas was you would get the TV Times and the Radio Times, a marker pen, and new packet of new VHS tapes. And what you would do is you would go through all the movies and TV shows, and you would highlight them and label up the tapes and plan your schedule out, because it used to be that movies were very rarely shown on TV. So what you'd do was at Christmas, you had all your movies, and you'd effectively record every movie off TV that you wanted, and that would
So you could have
sustain
it,
you.
yeah.
That would sustain you throughout the year.
Those are the days.
Yeah, and you don't get the TV programs now that are a big event anymore, unfortunately.
I mean, the soaps still have their big weeks, big holiday things where everyone
the
dies.
soap operas do, but it's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
But we got some great ones here. Immortal Rumor says every version of A Christmas Carol, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard 1, 2, Jingle All the Way, Home Alone, a Christmas Story, Santa Claus, Trading Places, both versions of Miracle on 34th Street, and It's a Wonderful Life. Miss Swift says, I love watching all the Christmas animations, Magoo, Yogi, Rankin and Bass. Miss Swift, is that Yogi's First Christmas you're referring to? Ah, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Where Ranger Smith inexplicably has a 16-seater open-topped snowcat at the start of the episode.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971. Yeah. That's a good one, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are some of the movies that people watch at Christmas that aren't Christmas movies? They just feel...
Flash Gordon for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, a lot of those movies for me is because The whole thing
They
of the
aired
movies
at...
being on at Christmas. Yeah, Pluto Shaw, Wizard of Oz.
I love that he's got a pearl-handled
Revolver.
snub nose.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh,
You can practically smell him, can't you?
you can.
He's so dusty.
It might be a nod to Caddyshack, Mad Matt. Cute Cult says Batman Returns is my Christmas classic.
Very fair. Oh, God, the amount of dust. So the jokes in this and several other films where someone has like the word on the tip of their tongue, like just then, you're dead.
Yeah.
I've always hated those jokes because for the longest time, I didn't understand why it's so hard to say a bloody word until I was trying to propose to my now wife. Now I understand that having a word like lodged in your throat and being unable to regurgitate it, to say the word, I get it now. Oh.
The makeup is fantastic, but it is very... Exactly, Mr. Fizzle. There's more of gravy than grave about you.
Very true.
Yep, Blake Carrington.
Everyone, who's your favorite ghost out of the Christmas Carol story? No, actually, one of my favorite versions of A Christmas Carol is from Beavis and Butthead, the Christmas special. Here lies Beavis. He never scored.
Oh yeah, Ghost of Christmas Present's probably my favourite as well, Ace Arcadia.
Christmas Present?
Yep.
Oh! Oh, God, yeah, the effects are still great. Look at that
They are.
arm.
Oh, welcome, Scottish Geek Guy. You watched Scrooged a few days ago, always part of the Christmas movie rotation. That's fantastic.
Present, past, future. I've always liked Future because he's a silent, spooky boy in a cloak. It does nothing but point aggressively. I love how he needs to look at his watch to check that it's been 18 years.
Well, he's calling Marion Ravenwood. Oh, no, Edward. Yeah, sure thing. 23 minutes and 58 seconds, so 24.
Hell if I know exactly right, yeah.
Yeah.
No one can know the future, so the ghost of Christmas future is silent and faceless. Very haunting always, though. That seems to be the one thing that kind of unites every adaptation. Like, the Ghost of Christmas
Yeah.
Future tends to be spooky. Well, I suppose they have to be to make the life lesson work.
Is that a little oven under the cabinet there?
I think it is.
It's like the world's smallest oven.
I love that the kid was clearly given the direction, looks sad, and he
Yeah.
just looks adorable. Like, he can't.
Is that a famous picture of some old woman they used there?
Maybe.
Because it looks like a picture of some woman from like the 1920s or something.
Depictions of the three ghosts, says Immortal Rimus. My brother and I have discussed at length. Christmas present seems to be the original version of Father Christmas. Yet to come is obviously the Grim Reaper, but we can't figure out Christmas past. Let's figure it out together, shall we? Let's put this mystery to rest.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite Bill Murray movies as well, Ace Arcadia. Oh.
God, I'd hate to have that nickname.
What, Lumpy? It's due to his
Yeah.
pock-marked face from his acne, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not really the
Right?
best. Not a name I'd like to have.
It does have a phenomenal cast, doesn't it?
Yeah. People don't wear enough berets these days. Wow, that's 80s hair personified.
Oh, for sure.
That's full-on soul glow. So who can tell me that carpenter in the check shirt and the flat cap was in another very big Christmas movie? Who did he play? And what was the movie?
You're going to have to help me on this one. I'm blissfully unaware.
We'll see if anyone else gets it.
Off. Oh. Do you think he's a bit too evil?
He is pretty evil.
Like, it's not just like casual evil. He's a bit too evil.
He was Tony, the original Cole's Santa Claus, who was evil, in Miracle on 34th Street, who framed the kindly Kris Kringle. I've always wondered, okay, Mr. Fizzle says, I've always wondered, do jokes like that, where he says, Perkins, the road, those land for Brits. Not that much, no.
No. Although, because
Yeah,
of cultural, like, osmosis, we're
Yeah.
aware of it. We know it's a joke.
Lizardman's saying, well, why not make a little hat for the mouse? Well,
Yeah.
how do you get the hat to stay on the mouse?
Staple.
Staples. I've just also looked that he did actually try. Crazy glue is another name for super glue.
Yes, it is, and it didn't work.
So he tried super gluing the antlers to the mouse. Obviously, that won't burn it or hurt it any more than stapling it.
You are right, Immortal Remus. The beauty of Bill Murray's character in Scrooged is that he seems so evil. How can he be redeemed? Does he get redeemed? He says sorry a bunch, but he...
Oh, I love him on this.
We've all had those moments where you just... It's only a censor that's getting crushed to oblivion.
Well, exactly.
I mean, no one cares about censors.
No one
They're
needs the
practically
censors.
Satan. Yeah.
So, where have we seen this actor before? He's actually a very famous. He's a very famous British actor.
Yeah, I know.
The waiter I'm referring. The waiter I'm referring to. Ah. Here we go. That's where you've seen him before.
Yes. Sharon got it.
That's right. Tony Steedman. Socrates.
Socrates.
Yeah. And he was married to, if anyone watches Call the Midwife, the old nun who he thinks is going to die in every episode, he was married to the actress who plays her in real life, Judy Parfitt.
These extreme close-ups.
It's a reindeer today.
Wonder what tomorrow will bring.
Well, I don't know because technically I've only got 1 day left, but I've got
Oh, but you've already
these
caught up.
No, I haven't caught up yet. I've got loads to open.
Oh yeah, you got to catch up.
Mm. You wanted a highball? He.
I do like the idea though that he has no idea who the spooks are, and so he's just losing it in front of all these
Yeah.
people. That's a really nice twist. I can't unsee him as Socrates now.
Yeah, excellent choice, sir.
Actually, yeah. How many times has John Glover not played a villain? I mean, Gremlins 2. He's a hero in Gremlins 2. But I can't think of anything else.
He was in Smallville, John Glover.
He was a villain though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a... No, kind of yes and no.
He was both. He had it both ways.
Yeah, he was, because he kind of turned good as Lionel. Oh, I've had baked Alaska plenty of times. Okay, so if you're British, you've had baked Alaska. So it is ice cream covered in meringue that is baked and goes crisp.
I like to believe that that little trip there was not in the script. Oh, there we go. Immortal Rumors. Bill Murray's fall here was unintentional.
I put a picture of a baked Alaska in the chat. It's one of those kind of frozen and hot desserts at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly, Cal. But I thought you were Richard Pryor, another now obscure reference. Of course, that's the reference to Richard Pryor accidentally setting himself on fire speedballing.
Ghost of Christmas Past.
That's right, Sharon. They toast the meringue without melting the ice cream. Oh, it was in the 80s, Mad Matt, when Michael Jackson also had his hair set on fire. Yes, we did, Miss Swift. We saw this taxi driver was the assassin in the cat story in Tales from the Dark Side.
We did. He's going to take us back to so many weeks ago when we watched.
We're in the set of Christmas Evil.
Oh, wow. That was last year. We're about to see Santa get lynched. That's what we yell, but LA, to every bad driver here in Vegas. Go back to California, you bastard. And because marijuana is legal, most of our cars end up smoking. No, I'm joking.
I've just noticed it actually has cross meats on the back of their family car.
Yeah.
And of course,
Niagara Falls.
What do I have? We have twinkly Christmas lights in my house.
Oh, very fancy.
Yes. Be honest, would I have anything in my house except programmable, mappable Christmas tree lights?
No, of course not.
Not me.
Oh, yeah, Immortal Rumors Vegas has taken in billions of dollars for the last, 4 or 5 years. So much money is going to the city at the moment.
Ovaltine. Ooh. Ovaltine's one of those drinks I remember having sometimes as a child. And I kind of liked it, but didn't. It's weird, but it's like I don't want to drink it again.
What is it? I'm unfamiliar with the
It's like a
concept of Ovaltine.
cocoa. It's like a cocoa with malt in it, like wheaty malt kind of taste.
Huh. Mr. Furzl, you mean the Sphere? Oh, I barely drive past it, so it doesn't bother me as much as it does other people. And it's a huge money sink. I haven't been to it yet either. I've seen it, and it's an interesting concept. It's just it needs more than just two things. It needs more than you two.
Yeah, but Dom, how long until Amazon put a thing on it and turn it into an advert for the Alexas, for the A words?
Oh God, that would be hilarious.
It's going to happen, isn't it?
It is. Oh, Tang.
Okay, let's make everyone feel really, really old. So they've gone back in time, sort of 20-ish years, 30 years. Yeah. Well, that's the 90s for us.
Hey, that would be my childhood, so it fits.
Not for me.
Edward the Black Prince, that is purely the reason why I enjoy the Sphere. It's because
Yes,
it reminds me of Blade Runner.
Yes, he is Ace Arcadia. That is Brian Doyle Murray, Bill Murray's older brother, who also appeared as the mayor in Groundhog Day, I believe.
I think so.
Or the head groundhog guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where would the Ghost of Christmas Past take you, Andrew?
Oh. Have you actually ever watched Little House on the Prairie?
I haven't. I'm aware of it, though.
It was shown in the UK, Dom, when I was growing up on Channel 4 on Sunday lunchtimes, and they alternated it between that and the Waltons.
Oh.
It was so wholesome. It was terrifying.
What about everyone in the chat? Where would the Ghost of Christmas Past take all of you? For me, it might be, real early 90s, either watching Twin Peaks, obviously, bit of a fan, or maybe watching classic, Next Generation Star Trek.
Okay.
Oh my God, that hair.
And I remember exactly where I was 26 years ago tonight.
Why?
I was 18, 19, hang on, 97, 19. My first full-time job, I was working in a computer store.
Oh.
And I was the main engineer in charge of building computers and stuff. And the owner of the company had screwed up the ordering.
Ah.
And what happened was all the parts for the computers to go out on Christmas Eve were delivered at 5 p.m. on the 23rd of December, 1997.
Oh, God.
25 computers to go out the next morning.
Build.
And the owner of the company, who was an absolute asshole, Said, off you go. I'm going to a Christmas party tonight.
What a dick.
Yep. So I worked through the night to ensure all his computers were configured and built and ready, boxed up in the showroom for people to collect the next morning. I left work at 5 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Left a note on my boss's desk saying I've gone home to get some sleep and what I'd done. He then called me at home at 8 a.m. on Christmas Eve, saying to get in the store because it was going to be really busy on Christmas Eve.
What a dick!
And then on Christmas Eve, he had me stay late to build a computer for his son as a Christmas gift.
Oh, screw that! I would have malfunctioned it.
And my Christmas bonus that year was a crisp £20 note.
Oh, there you go. A nice, solid, crisp 20 quid note.
Yeah. Strangely enough, I left the company with no notice in February the following year.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's Christmas memories. What are some other strange Christmas memories people would have?
Mine are all kind of wholesome. I remember, getting my N64 one year, playing Mario Kart on that, and Star Fox 64. Oh, good times. All wholesome stuff.
Lizard Man, if I could tell you some stuff about him, he needs more than visits from Christmas ghosts. He was the worst person. I'm gonna type something privately to Dom here because I can't say this on air. About one of the things this awful boss believed.
One of my bosses back in the UK. Oh,
I can't repeat that on air.
Oh yeah, Jesus! Oh my God!
Yeah, no, not racist, Edward. But honestly,
on the same kind of level, the guy was a fucking monster.
Yeah, yeah. I can't say it on air, unfortunately, guys. But yeah, honestly, most despicable human being I've ever known.
I like the symbolism on Bill Murray's character here.
Yeah.
Like the white turtleneck as opposed to the black one that he was wearing a moment ago.
Before he turned evil.
Yes.
Ginzu knives apparently existed since 1921.
Oh.
Halifino says, I remember Christmas when we were driving to Nova Scotia to be with my uncle, but our car broke down, so we detoured to Boston to hang out with our other uncle. Halifino, was the other uncle cooler than the uncle you were going to?
Uncle Buck levels of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that once upon a time I have done the exact same thing with a Kama Sutra book. Just went around going like, "Yep, done."
Halifino says the other uncle they went to see was the cooler uncle.
Yeah.
And Immortal says, it's funny that he gave her knives for Christmas. One year my dad got my mum a toolbox, which she still has to this day.
It's funny what the best Christmas gifts tends to be. It's always the really functional stuff.
Yeah.
Are you aware of White Elephant, Andrew?
As in the term, or
the exchange of White Elephant gift giving around the holiday times, like usually at work and stuff.
Do you mean thoughtless token gifts?
It's kind of like Secret Santa, but with rules. So I didn't know the term either when I came over here to the States. And yeah, White Elephant parties, Sharon. My wife took me to several, and the idea is you get a gift.
Right.
You everyone brings gifts to the party. Then you take turns opening them. Sometimes there's rules like you have to give it left and right and such. Other times you get a chance to steal the gift, and everyone fights over certain ones. So we got uh like an emergency repair kit for a car tire, with like jumper cables and in a tube for a tire, and several other useful things like a flare and stuff. I did not realize how many people were so desperate for that kit. It was crazy. But it's always funny to see what people value.
Oh, definitely.
And you get like a head massage thing, and everyone's like, I need that. It's it's crazy. But it's fun.
That's right,
You like
Edward.
set a limit.
Take the pill.
Yes. Oh god.
Miss Swift's asking, is that like a Yankee swap? I believe so. Similar.
Potentially.
Yankee swapping, yeah.
Unless someone better than me could describe it, I suppose. I only know of it casually. I'm a newcomer to white elephant parties.
Exactly. But I'll be being in the UK. We tend to have, as Dom and I were discussing, Dom having a Hispanic family in America. Christmas Eve that's why we're doing the watch party, because Christmas Eve is more of a big thing over there. In the UK, it's not as big of a thing. Christmas Day is the money in the UK.
Yeah. Christmas Eve is when we open all our gifts and we eat weird bread. And if you get the baby in the bread, you have to make tamales or something. I've never got the baby, so I'm safe. I'm kind of doomed if I get the baby. It's a choking hazard as well because I've
got visions of the scene in Borat 2 with you, Dom, at the doctor's, saying, "My mother-in-law put a baby in me."
Not far from the truth. We eat grapes as well and wish for something for the new year. Wait, no, that's New Year's. We consume lots of food. That's
what
definitely
it should
the case.
be. I find that bone that's kind of alive really disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
Exactly, Halivino. Who's the guy in the bone suit? It's probably Billy Barty, isn't it?
See, I see these things, and I'm, again, like, bamboozled by it. Like, what kind of kid would like this stuff? But then I went to Super Nintendo World, and I saw, like, Toad in a life-size costume walk around, and people were literally chanting, Toad, Toad, Toad. It was like I was in a cult. It was terrifying. But it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, this is a very literal Christmas Carol adaptation.
Yes.
With Buddy Hackett.
Sorry, I'm remembering the I'm remembering the Beavis and Butthead one, and at the very beginning, like they just watched like a porno version of Christmas Carol. One of the characters called like Bob Scratch It, and it just breaks me every time.
Emil's Rumor says, it was pretty surreal seeing a full-size Mewtwo at the Nintendo store in Tokyo, yeah. That's one thing I find, as many of you know, I go to Disney at least once a year.
At least.
At least once a year. However, I find character interactions incredibly awkward.
Yes.
Do you find them
Me too.
incredibly awkward?
Yeah, I like to witness them from afar, but if they come close to me, I get freaked out. The Mario and Luigi one especially, and I think Princess Peach as well. They had like these electric eyes that were digital, so they blinked at you and they spoke, and the mouths moved, and it was so freaky and unnerving because it was quieter than anyone else. It was like, hello, and I was like,
Well,
ugh.
Mr. Fursel saying, "How does Elliot become destitute in just one day?" Well, I think his wife basically just. I think from the description earlier, his wife's a bit of a nasty piece of work.
Mm.
She took their kid, kicked him out, just because he lost his job. Photos of me with Gaston? No, there are photos of me with Darth Vader and people like that, though.
Oh, hell if I know. Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, the kids loved it. I was
Yep.
one of those kids. Actually, was I alive for Mario 3 when it
No,
first
I
came
doubt
out?
you were, Dom.
I don't think I was. Mario World. Yeah, Mario World came out in 91, which is when I was born. I got the All Stars version of the game, which came out. Yep, I wasn't born. I was.
I love the fact they think he's Richard Burton here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anne Ramsey.
I can't imagine this was in the script either. I bet like one of the people were like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be funny if you did this?
I'm sorry, but even your girlfriend, I don't think. If she's affectionate, she's really using quite a nasty name for him, calling him Lumpy.
Maybe as a term of endearment. Maybe he came up with Lumpy.
Yeah, my face is horrifically pockmarked from acne as a child. I was bullied for it, so I'd like you to call me Lumpy due to my lumpy face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem bothered by it.
Well. That's like, I don't know, say you lost your foot in an accident. That's like being called hop
Call you
along.
Stumpy.
Yeah, Stumpy or hop along. Mad Matt says they bumped heads when they met. A lump to the head. Therefore lumpy. Thank you. This is how they met.
You and I just casually bullying Bill Murray about his,
Yeah.
his buck scarring.
Yeah.
Look at the freak with the weird face. Oh, that's why they
Yeah.
call him Lumpy.
Immortal Rumours says, no wonder he turned out to be an evil businessman. Being called Lumpy was the catalyst.
Yeah. What was your supervillain moment, Andrew? What turned you down to the dark side?
Many things. I think, don't A&P still exist in some areas, Mr. Fursel? Being a supermarket chain? The A&P?
I keep thinking of the root beer, but that's like A and E, isn't it?
No. Oh, sorry, they're defunct as of 2015, apparently.
It could be worse. I keep occasionally seeing a Safeway over here because it's like mainly in California, and it brings me back.
Yeah, well, we
It's
had
not the
Safeway
same.
in the UK. No.
Oh, the Safeway in the UK, but the one near me is called Morrison's now.
Well, not near you, Dom. Not very near you. It's thousands
Not
of miles
anymore.
away.
Yeah, it's a few thousand miles away. $2.
This is a weird adaptation of A Christmas Carol.
I can see Vegas doing something like this. Someone said it earlier, and I can see Vegas having a showgirl Christmas. In fact, I think we do often, every year, in fact, have a showgirl Christmas. Molested body sea urchins.
Sea urchins.
Street urchins.
Subtitles said sea urchins.
Yes, the subtitle said sea.
Yeah. Edward, I would watch this because it looks like it's a car crash waiting to happen.
Oh yeah,
I would watch this.
I'd love to be on set. Oh, I know those kinds of people who just aggressively give you a shoulder rub.
Yeah. Condescending. Yeah, Sir John Houseman, another classic actor. He was also the acting teacher of Robin Williams and Christopher Reeve. Most from saying, wondered for years what this adaptation would have actually looked like in its sort of entirety.
Right? This version of Christmas Present is beyond phenomenal.
Oh, brilliant. She is just amazing. I like the fact that I've never even noticed the sign says the Ball Breaker Suite.
Yeah. It's the Christmas present that he deserves as well.
Yeah.
While maintaining the air of fun and joviality.
Exactly, Sharon. A Christmas Carol is a timeless story, which is why it's great for different adaptations.
I've been reading a lot of Charles Dickens very recently, actually, and his works are infuriatingly good, even if they are longer than War and Peace. He's a darn good writer. I'm kind of upset because I've always poo-pooed on Dickens lovers over the years. Being a man of literature myself, I like to be contrarian, but damn it, it's hard to not get sucked into his narratives.
I would like to have. Apparently, Charles Dickens also used to go from like town to town doing live performances himself of his works.
Yes, that was how most of his works got regurgitated to public. They'd be spoken of. Literal like town criers would read out the words.
That would have been incredible to have Charles Dickens himself reading one of his books to you.
Yeah, that'd have been great. Yeah, Edward the Black Prince, David Copperfield, Hard Times. What was the one I read recently? It's up there somewhere. Yeah. Oh, Bleak. Yeah, Bleak House.
Mm.
Great Expectations.
Yeah.
The thing that I do love about Dickens, though, his characters' names are always like obtusely obvious. Like in Hard Times, there's a character called Mr. Machokum Child, and it's like, I bet you're a goodie.
You can tell one thing though, that this is definitely the 80s because rents rents weren't insane, because that apartment, she's still able to afford what looks to be a reasonable size apartment on her meager salary.
New York, yeah.
In New York.
I mean, this is extravagance for now, for modern New York.
Yeah, literally not a cupboard.
I've just noticed most people know a lot of Charles Dickens' work from adaptations and not the novels, like it was in his time. He spoke them aloud. It's that might be why he's so well regarded still, because it adapts so well. Because most people love it from
Yeah.
hearing the stories. The original audible.com was Charles Dickens.
That's a big bottle of Southern Comfort on the table. Southern Comfort being the devil's own whiskey-esque drink.
It is. It's like It's like, yeah, whiskey light. It's not quite whiskey. It pretends it is.
And it burns. It burns so bad.
It does. The commercials make it seem so pleasant, though. I'll have a
Yep.
SoCo. Oh, hell if I know. They are very dense reads. Like I said, oh god, Bleak House was a biblical tome of a novel.
Miss Swift is saying regarding the lumpy nickname, he hit his head like 3 times in that one meeting. He's probably gone to hospital. Maybe he's got brain damage, and that's why it changed his personality.
Yeah. He's overly concussed. His concussions have
Yeah.
concussions. A concussion, a shattered pelvis, and a fractured femur now.
Oh, Edward says gefilte fish. Ooh. I wouldn't eat. Unfortunately, I don't like any kind of fish for some reason. It's a weird
I like most
thing.
kinds of fish.
No fish for me of any kind.
Don't vex me. It's true, yeah. I would have said
Yep.
piano as well.
Oh, I just said harpsichord.
I love it. That's what he's pissed about. That doesn't look like a towel.
Yep.
Isn't it a VCR
It's a
player?
Pioneer VCR.
Did I say VCR player? Good God. I'm too removed from it. Those earrings on that girl. They polar bears?
I think they're homemade.
Yeah, they look good.
Exactly, Halivano. Ask a kid what a VCR is now.
They're just as expensive now as they were back then. Getting a VCR
Yes.
is difficult. I don't like experiencing technology's rise and then like descent into an archaic artifact of yesteryear. I don't like that it's happening so quickly. Like if I look at the penny farthing, I can say, ah, yes, that's a vehicle that's no longer in use. Yeah, I've got a few working VCRs, one in the UK and one over here.
I've got a VCR. I've got Laserdisc player. In fact, I've actually got a Pioneer. In my office, you can't see, but I've got some very nice speakers mounted on the wall in this direction, and I use a 1980s Pioneer amplifier with them
Ooh, nice.
connected to my computer.
Those icicles look very treacherous.
They do, just slightly.
Oh.
That's a good one in Immortal Runners. Speaking of adaptations, what filmmakers would everyone like to see direct A Christmas Carol? Are we fascinated by the likes of Matthew Vaughn, David Lynch, and Edgar Wright?
David Lynch's Christmas Carol would be amazing.
We'd have cat
I need
milking,
to.
wouldn't it?
It would be very peculiar.
Yeah. Oh, well. Robin Block, CEO Bossman's joining us. Thank you, Robin. Great to see you. How about, and I'm going to go really different here, Miyazaki's Christmas Carol.
Oh, that'd just be adorable, though, with a hint of World War II influence in there somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, this is. I love this
Tim
film.
Burton's Christmas Carol.
It's like a nice warm jumper. This film. It's just great.
Even when it's cold, like now.
And it flies by.
It really does, but I think it's because it adheres very strictly to the 3-act structure perfectly.
Yeah. Sharon saying a Tim Burton Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Ace Arcadia, Michael Bay's Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Michael Bay's and Quentin Tarantino's Christmas Carol.
I don't know. What about a Zack Snyder Christmas Carol?
Hell yeah! Let's get everyone to do it.
Are they using dwarves to alter the perspective on the set to make them look bigger because they're further away?
I think so. Maybe they're on contract because they were there for the Elf movie they were filming earlier. Ang Lee's, Catherine Bigelow's, Christopher Nolan's Christmas Carol, David Fincher's Christmas Carol. I want all these. I want every year a new director to make a Christmas Carol.
Yeah, true, Edward. It could be worse. You could replace the dwarves with CG monstrosities, or they could just build the set to the full distance where they wouldn't have to use forced perspective actors.
Robert Rodriguez, A Machete Christmas. Stop scaring Frank.
Jon Favreau's Christmas Carol. The options are limitless.
They really are.
This was really kind of nice and uplifting and exciting, isn't it, for getting ready for the broadcast? And here we are, the clip we saw earlier in the movie.
I miss gag casting like that. Not like it's a joke, but having I don't know, a legendary sports personality or something. We had that at Christmas all the time in England, like Red Nose Day and stuff.
Oh yeah,
we'd have those dodgy castings where you'd get a sports personality or something. Like, oh, it's David Beckham coming to play Ebenezer Scrooge or something stupid like that.
Oh, no. What about the Celebrity Christmas Special where they're in their fake house with fake snow outside and their celebrity friends knock on the door?
It's sports legend David Beckham. Hello.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson or Sofia Coppola's Christmas Carol. Oh, Wes Anderson's Christmas Carol would be amazing.
There, look at that.
Light.
Look at his cocktail.
Just a sprinkle of tab.
Yeah. To be fair, that's about all the tab you wanted to drink.
Oh, yes. George Romero's Night of the Christmas Carol.
So what was this gift he got sent? Oh yeah, it's the picture of him and his little brother.
Yeah. Wholesome.
Yeah.
What's the best Christmas gift you've ever been given, Andrew?
I don't know really.
Everyone in the chat, what's the best gift you've ever been given? And it's okay if it didn't come from your spouse or whatever.
Gosh, I
No
don't know.
judgments here.
I genuinely don't know what the best gift would be. I mean, for something materialistic or something with a deeper meaning, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever strikes you.
Mm.
Oh no, no, Sharon, we sent that thing to the Shadow Realm many moons ago. Don't bring it
That's
back. Don't
right.
invoke its name.
This is nice to see.
It's so
It's like
cool.
very like an 80s commercial.
Yes, like the commercial he showed at the beginning.
Yeah. And now this is Bobcat Goldthwait doing the Bobcat Goldthwait voice of the era.
Cowpot. I know the best gift I'd ever received was not the ET video game for the Atari 2600.
Yeah.
The game's not as bad as everyone says it is. It's weird.
There we are.
And
His wife, he got fired, so his wife left.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Goodness sake. Hey. Exactly, going postal for the holidays, Lizard Man.
Happens to the best of us.
I do get the feeling there was some more stuff shot with Elliot that was deleted. I don't know if that's the case, but I get the feeling.
Yeah, it feels like Elliot had a lot cut.
Like a bigger side plot or something, you know, side story.
Ah, the souls of the damned. I just love how the music starts up again when he has a second peek. Ah, the Dutch angle.
I mean, Calvin's not just gone from not talking, they've actually put him in a proper padded cell.
Yeah, a sanitarium.
Is he wearing a non-tied straight jacket as well as something? He seems to have something on his arms, like straps. I don't know.
No, I think it's just a stylized jacket. How has the angle gotten more Dutch?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's talking about fixing it, but not for any other reason than to save himself. He's not. He's getting there, but he's not got there yet. He's
Yeah.
talking about doing things, but not doing things for the right reason.
I love how him being evil has like spread amongst the people to change their personalities completely as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Mortimer is saying, I don't get how someone not speaking makes them dangerous enough to put in an asylum.
You never know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
That would be my hell.
Yeah. Don't worry, Dom, we're going to trap you on It's a Small World.
I know how to get out now. The gentleman who was there a few months back told
Yeah,
me how to get out.
you need to take all your clothes off, Dom.
Yeah, drink the water and take my clothes off.
Yep. Oh, no. Very cool smoke effect on the floor there.
Very cool. This whole mausoleum place is awesome. You can tell it's the future. He has an evil mustache.
Exactly.
I do miss the 80s version of the future. It was so cool. Why do we have to go into the 90s after that, where everything gets multicolored and weird?
I do find it interesting that his brother's wife is crying for him. But is she crying because her husband is sad, not for Francis?
Could be frustration. I know a lot of people who cry out of frustration.
Yeah.
Now that is an actual nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
buried alive / burnt alive. No
Yeah.
thanks. Ooh.
There we go, and he's now redeemed. Frank's a good guy now.
All it took was a near-death experience.
Vision of his death.
I mean, yeah, new lease on life. Many people go through it.
Yep.
One of my friends very recently was diagnosed with a very terminal eye tumor that turned out to not be terminal and not be a tumor, and had the mass. Well, it wasn't a vicious tumor, should I say? Had the mass removed, and now he's got a new lease on life. He says yes to every opportunity he has, and just lives his best existence. I'm very jealous that he's as happy as he is. That sounds mean. I don't mean it that way.
Yeah, but you don't want to go down the avenue of having an eye tumor to get there.
No, yeah, I'm very pleased I don't have that, and I'm very happy that he's still with us and still kicking. And he deserves all the happiness he gets, but I want it, damn it. Perhaps I need a Christmas caroling to get me on a good sense of life.
I mean, Bill Murray's been nearly enough monologuing for the past couple of minutes on that scene.
I just love the change in
Oh,
dynamic.
they
the
have.
pair
Yeah,
of
they
them.
have. They've got dwarfs to do the forced perspective.
That's about right. The poor censor who's been beaten to a pulp. Hey!
Oh, blinding the
Just bury
child.
his head. Have you ever worn a top hat like that?
No.
So
No, I feel top hats should be more part of everyday life.
yeah, we should bring them back. Bring back the
Yes.
old Abe Lincoln top hats. But you can sink your entire head into those things if you get the right
Yeah.
size.
Miss Swift is saying Lord of the Rings is another Christmas movie. This
It
Fellowship
is,
set
I
out on
believe. Yeah.
December 25th.
I like how his hair got more disheveled as the film's gone on as well,
Well,
and it's become
more
closer.
crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's closer to what it used to be in his previous
Yeah.
incarnation with the white turtleneck. And that was the first thing that his lady friend mentioned about him. Like, I've never seen your hair this short.
Sean says the best moment of the whole movie coming up: the sound effect of the guy kicking the cat. I think as well he must have been sent to television because that television is a Pioneer television, and it's sat on top of a box for a brand new Pioneer television as well that his brother's watching on.
He has a load of candles in that house. Oh, that. What happened to the term butthead? We need to bring
I
it back.
know.
There's so many things we need to bring back.
We need to bring.
Top hats and butthead.
That's right.
That Beavis
I
and
don't think
Butthead
I-
Christmas special
I
is genuine.
don't think at Christmas I want to call my bank manager.
Oh no, definitely not.
I love that woman dancing when she's been told
Yeah.
to. I wonder if a lot of this is kind of improvised having fun.
Yeah,
Some
it
of the Bill Murray
feels that
stuff,
way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Lizard Man saying, "Is this really a redemption or a full-on mental breakdown?" I'd say it's a bit of both.
He does some redeeming things for sure, but like I hinted at
Yeah.
earlier, I don't think he redeems himself. I can barely tell the difference between this version of the character and the version at the beginning of the film. He's just less mean with his jokes.
Yeah, some more rumours. Apparently, Richard Donner and Murray clashed quite a bit on set making this.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Well, because Murray's one of those actors that if you aren't on board with Murray, you clash with Murray.
And Donner was a fantastic director, but he really wasn't a comedy director.
No.
And if you notice as well, the homeless shelter also appears to have the same brand new Pioneer TV delivered that his brothers got. So I think Grace needs to be speaking to Grace. I think she was sending TVs to people as well as VCRs.
And towels. It's hard not to get warm-hearted at this point in the film. It's just
Dom's gonna collapse in a minute. His heart's gonna start beating.
Oh no, God forbid. I can't have that happen, not again.
Yeah.
Can't feel anything other than malice, scorching hatred, and like hunger. My three feelings.
I wonder how much of this was Bill Murray.
Probably a lot. He's genuinely a conundrum of an actor,
Yes.
of a human even. Like, I know he can be very dickish.
Yes.
But also he has that... this might be one of his more true characters, because he has that charisma that you just want to like the guy. Even when he does spiteful, vindictive things, you give him a break, and it's weird.
Yeah.
God, he'd be dangerous if he was a cult leader, wouldn't he? Big man as well. Like that was such a term that people use in the UK. All right, big man.
Yep.
I definitely want big man to come back as well.
All right, big man.
You're right, big man.
Yeah. Now the wholesome music.
And I'm guilty of it. Bill Murray's got the mind control on me as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said that I don't think he's redeemed in this movie at all, but I still want to cheer for him. I think it's not too late for him, even though he's not doing anything to prove me otherwise. Actually, he's kind of admitting that this is very temporary. Because for Christmas, for a couple of hours a year, you'd be a bit nicer.
Yeah, he's saying we mustn't only do this at Christmas.
He doesn't sacrifice much either, does he? He gets everything he wants. He just fails upwards. You said you wouldn't sing it, Andrew.
Come on, Discord and YouTube chat.
Yeah, I want to hear you.
Yep.
Nick.
I love how
those puppets are great.
Yeah. Everyone sing along, come on.
How is it that Chucky Dix didn't get a written by credit here. It's his story. Two editors as well. The Steinkamp couple.
I love the fact this actually appears to be a lot of the actual crew of the actual crew of making the film as well. I think more films should end with a sing-song addressing the audience.
Yeah, I think so too, because it just gets you happy. And yes, Lizard Man, it's a very 80s kind of a song.
Exactly. Oh, and there's it must be because that's Richard Donner in the background there. And there we go, everybody. That was Scrooged. We'll take comments from you, and then we'll wind things up for the night. Dom, what more can we say?
It's a lovely film, isn't it? It just gets you in the Christmas spirit. It's just such a wholesome, yet funny and deeply cynical movie. It's everything you need.
Wonderful. Wonderful. A little bit of horror as well. But Emil Florence says Scrooge should be a must on anyone's Christmas season film list every year. Yes, it should be. Exactly. That's what else the chat have got to say. There we go. What we got from people? Yeah, exactly. Sharon always listens to the song. It's pure Annie Lennox.
Don't making all the noises.
Of the story. Bill Murray is always a treat.
Yeah.
Cute Cult says the song is
a jackass.
The song is funky fresh. And Ace Arcadia says, yep, exactly. Al Green and Annie Lennox. There we go, everybody. So, Lizardman says, I like it well enough. Not my favourite Christmas Carol adaptation, but very fun and horrifying. Mad Matt says, a Richard Donner film, though this was just Superman. Miss Swift says, it's all right, but I'm a sucker for Christmas Carol adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just want to say to everyone who's joining us now, Merry Christmas. And at this time of year, some people do struggle. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas, and just remember that those who reach out and do speak to people who may be on their own, just check they're okay over Christmas, because it's not always sunshine and light for everybody. But please, everyone, have a fantastic Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate.
Happy holidays.
Have a happy holidays, whatever you're doing. Enjoy.
And put a little love in your heart.
Yeah, exactly. And just remember there are people in the world. We will be back in 7 days on Saturday again next week for one more on Saturday. Then we're switching back to a Sunday. But we will be back next week with a kind of a New Year's film, ready for the New Year's. And it will be Ghostbusters 2, which I'm looking forward to. But please, everybody, have a fantastic whatever you're celebrating. And we will see you in 7 days. So until then, good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.